Hello, friends. It is Keith here from Essex Recording Studios, and I have today a guitar I've been looking for a really long time. You can already tell it's special, it's cool. This is the Gibson Voodoo Les Paul. It is totally different from any other Les Paul ever made. The case, in my opinion, is the coolest case Gibson has ever made. Might be the coolest guitar case I've ever seen. It's awesome. It's snake skin. It's got this awesome color scheme that matches the guitar, and we'll get into that real fast here. So, what sets this Les Paul out apart from all the rest? Well, let's talk about the history a little bit. This is a 2003 model. In the Voodoo series were done back in the early 2000s. Gibson would run these limited edition series. There was a Gothic series. I'm still looking out for one of those. So if you've got one, hit me up. I'm looking for like a Gothic Explorer. If Explorer Flying V, actually any of it. If you've got a good deal on one, let me know. But that was a series, and then this was the Voodoo series. And some interesting things about it. Ash body. When have you ever seen a Les Paul with an ash body? The paint scheme is called Juju. So you got a Voodoo with Juju. And it's the natural grain. You can feel all the wood grain on here. But they rub in this red dye. And the whole color scheme matches. It's just awesome. So you got the red on the top hat. Got like the slash top hat style knobs with red numbers there. You've got the red and black zebra pickups. These are really hot. What I read is that these are special, I guess, specially configured just for the Voodoo line. They're a lot hotter than any of the other Gibson pickups. So this is for sure a rock guitar, leaning even more towards a bit metal with these pickups. They are passive. You've got the treble and rhythm selector, the pickup selector in red font. I love this guy. This super cool skull inlay. It's the only inlay on the fretboard. Interesting. Usually you see a special distinct one inlay on the 12th fret, but not the case here. They've got it in between the 4th and 5th frets. I wonder what the decision was behind that. And then the headstock, again, only guitar from Gibson with this color headstock logo. And no writing on the truss rod cover, no writing here. It's very sleek, and I love it. The tuners are awesome. We're going to flip this bad boy over. And you can see, same thing on the back. You've got the rubbed in red dye in the grain. Just looks awesome. And from what I can tell, this is one solid piece of ash. It's heavy. The neck is a maple neck, but they do the same thing. It's kind of hard to tell in this lighting, but it looks like they've rubbed the dye in as well, all in the grain and the pores of the wood. It looks awesome. And then you come up here, and you've got red font for the serial number and the Made in USA. Never seen that before on any other Gibson. And then, of course, these super cool blacked out Grover kidney bean style tuners. Just awesome. So yeah, this is going to sound different, feel different, and play different than any other Les Paul. If you're a collector like me, you've got to have this. It just looks way too cool. Everyone that's seen it has freaked out. They freak out when they see the case, and then they love the wood grain. They love the body, and they love this guy here. I do too. So that gives you a rundown of the cosmetics. The Voodoo line ran from, I think, 2002 to 2004. You can correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. And they just brought it back in 2016. They did a limited run because it was so popular. I know these cases sell for like $200 to $300, and yeah, so they brought it back, but it's different, and I don't like the new one that they did. The original's much cooler. The new one has like multiple pieces to the body. It's a lot lighter. This guy isn't there. They've got, I think it's like red star inlays, but there's inlays going up and down the whole guitar. They brought back the red font, and then they did the Les Paul, like the standard signature up there. It just, they made it conform more towards a typical Les Paul, and, you know, it had less juju for the voodoo, as far as I'm concerned. But yeah, that's that. Let's open up the case. This is a premium Gibson case. It is one of the ones from, what's that company called? I think it's like TKB or something like that. TKL. One day I'll remember it. And made in Canada. This is a nice piece of leather here. We open this up and we've got the all the build sheet and everything. There's the serial number. Cool serial number, 433565. Everything there. Yeah. And the case is super clean. Most of these, the ones I've seen, are very tattered because they've got these scales, and they're just beat to hell, usually. Same thing with the guitars, because when they came out, they were kind of aimed for a new generation of guitarists, younger guitarists, who just didn't necessarily care for their instruments as well. I've been looking for years for one, and I found this one. It is the best condition Voodoo I've seen. Same for the case. You got a little bit of wear right there, but most of these cases have it like all over the place. This one's, again, nicest Voodoo case I've seen, nicest finish and condition. There's no scratches, no chips, everything. I know it's hard to see in this light, but you know, I don't see any damage anywhere. So as far as I'm concerned, this is the very best one on the market. It might be like a little, can't tell if that's a little bit of gunk, or there might be like a little spot right there. I'll have to play with that later and see what that is. But that's the only thing I can find on this entire Voodoo guitar. So if you want the best, you got to pay the money, but it's worth it. This thing just looks too cool. I would totally rock this out on stage. If you don't like the hot pickups, take them out, save them in the case, don't get rid of them, you know, and throw in whatever pickups you like. But this thing just looks awesome. And the light in here, got real yellow light up there, isn't really doing this justice. Let me kind of tone this down a little bit. It's a little bit better. I mean, it's just radical looking. There's nothing else like this from Gibson. All right, I've said my piece, guys. I have way too many more guitars to show you, so I gotta shut up now about this one. But hit us up on Facebook. Give us a like, please. It's Essex Recording Studios, and we are on Instagram too. You see a lot of our guitars will show up first there. So follow us there, show us some love, and tweet at us. We're on Twitter. And aside from that, I will see you in a few moments with the next guitar. Check you later, guys.